So I am officially recording
Okay, cool.
and streaming, although the stream probably didn't catch up yet. Um, but anyway, so I sort of threw together a few notes of how might be a decent way to start, but you may already have some understanding and have an idea of where you want to start. Do you have a preference?
I really don't. I really don't. I'm so brand new to this that anything at the most basic level, I can take it all in. We're not going to go. I could barely create a box in this thing. So,
Okay. So let's see. Oh, that's your SolidWorks. Okay. I was sort of go. I was half going by your screen to see what I'm streaming, which is funny
uh,
because I have my desktop computer and I have my laptop computer, and I was testing earlier. I was watching my own stream on the laptop,
uh,
but now I have your on my laptop now. So,
okay.
um, can you put it to my stream rather than? Oh, is that my stream? It's just not streaming. Am I not streaming?
Yeah. Can you see those? That folder right there?
Yep.
I think you can scrape from there. I think you can just grab those files and drag them to your desktop if you want.
Would
Those
you?
were just some pictures I took of the. They're not really good measurements. They were just rough at the dealership. I haven't even had it in person, but those were some quick measurements, and then just a PNG file that we put together of an idea of how we might want to do it. Um, just to start sketching up something before we tried to do it in SolidWorks, just so we had an idea what I was trying to do.
Yeah. Can you do me a minor favor? Can you just drag and drop those into the messenger on Upwork? And the only reason I say that is because that way
Yeah,
it'll go to my
yeah,
other computer. Because I'm looking at it
sure,
on my laptop. So then it would be in my laptop. And I don't want it on my laptop. I want it on my
sure.
desktop. But so
Yeah,
are
there they
you
go.
is my stream coming through on your computer then?
No, says you're live. Maybe I need to hit play. Yeah, now I can see.
Okay. All right. So let's see. Now I'm going to your. Uh, well, anyway, when you get a chance to drag I thought I saw you drag those in, but did you? But I don't
Yeah,
see them on my screen.
yeah, they went. They're going to Upwork. Maybe I need to hit send or something.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, there you go.
All right, now they're on my screen. So let's see.
We don't have to get this part of it exact because we probably can't off those rough measurements. But if we just get it close, then that'll be good enough for. I can adjust it later on, hopefully, or make modifications to it or something.
Let's see. I'm trying to guess what I'm looking at here.
Okay, so the two pictures that are on the bottom two pictures are if you were sitting on the four wheeler looking straight down to where your feet would be, that's where they are. Does that make sense?
Um,
Like where your feet rest if you're sitting on the four wheeler.
okay, I just don't see any pegs. I thought that's what it looked like, but I don't see any foot pegs.
Yeah, so if
Oh,
you
I
look
see.
at the
It's
top,
I see. It's integrated right into it. Okay. You know,
yeah,
it's funny. You know what? I haven't had. I grew up on ATVs, but
yeah,
my last ATV was a 1986 ATC 250R. So they didn't have these integrated Nerf bars yet. So
yeah.
I see what's going on now. It's molded right in. So this is like plastic. It's like probably propylene
Yeah,
maybe or something.
there is one peg through the middle of that thing that's metal, and it's at like the 13 to 14 inch area. It kind of like sticks up through there.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, but what I'm thinking about making will just go over top of this whole thing, so that thing can stay there. But I'm going to put something over top of it basically and attach it to that foot peg somehow.
I see.
Or there's another bar at like 6 inches that's metal that goes underneath there.
I see it.
I'll probably bolt this thing down through the bottom of that.
Yeah.
But this piece that I want to make will kind of just like rest right in there, and it'll be powder coated, and it'll match all the rest of the design that I have to do on the bike. So that way, when someone looks at it, they're like, "Man, yeah, that's pretty neat," you know?
Cool. Yeah, so I'm thinking. So I see. So that's basically your goal is to be able to design this in SolidWorks, whether it's you or whether you give up and have me do it.
Yeah.
But this is your goal, is basically this insert for your Nerf bar thing.
Yeah.
Okay. This on a Razor? No, this is on a quad then. So this is on
it's on a quad. It's on a Sportsman. They call it a 2019 Sportsman is what the thing looks like.
Okay.
And then I started. I had an AI file of this thing, so I have a I don't know what you call it, but
Illustrator file.
I have an Illustrator file, and I could import it into SolidWorks, and it did it, but I couldn't figure out from there how to like extrude it and start building a border around it, and start really doing anything with it. So, and it didn't look very clean. I wasn't sure how you would start. Basically, imagine if we took that logo that you see, not the logo, it's not even really the logo, but it was just a design that I started putting together. Let's see. Just if we took either one of those two or some version of those two and put those like sitting right in the middle and then built a frame around it that kind of went to the outside and attached it. Good night.
Where are you going to go?
I'm on the phone with somebody. He's helping me design something for the four-wheeler. Yeah. Is my son going to bed?
All right.
So let me see here. This will make more sense if I do this. Okay. So let's just say we made a part that was kind of like this. Right. And then it had this logo, with the star. I don't know, however it is in here, and it said the words through here. But somehow this thing would probably have to attach to the sides of this thing to make one big plate,
Yep.
And so, it would look like one big grate across there, but in the middle of it, you'd clearly be able to see the design. And then we'd probably, after this thing was just built, we'd have to do something like, so we could like create notches across the top of this, like this would be a notch going across here just so that it felt like a grate, so it wasn't just like rods going across there.
Yep.
I'm pretty sure how we'll do it is in a mill probably, just mill grooves through the top of it and probably make it pretty nice, but that's what my idea is. Is it making sense?
Yeah. Why would you not just plasma cut those as well with your CNC? Is it a cleanliness of the edges, or?
Yeah, it wouldn't look very good, I don't think.
Okay.
I don't know. It might be possible. I don't even know how I'm going to make this thing. I'm going to make it one of a couple different ways. I mean, I'm thinking about just having it cut out with laser, to be honest with you. I'm thinking about taking one big piece and having the thing just cut out in laser, and then milling the marks through the top of it and being done with it. I think that might be the easiest way.
Yeah,
but I don't
laser
know.
comes out really nice. If you have laser powerful enough to cut through the metal you're working with. But as long
I'm
as
only probably going to make this thing about 3/4 of an inch, and I'm pretty sure like one of those 500-watt lasers, I'm pretty sure it'll cut through it pretty fine.
Yeah. I'll leave that up to you. I've looked into it. I looked into it briefly, and I was very turned off by how much more power it takes to cut through aluminum than it does to cut through steel.
Oh yeah.
I didn't realize, but
I didn't know that.
Yeah, if you look at the ratings, Google like how thick can I cut with laser, and if you can find a table that says what the material is, it's I guess for the same. I'm making up numbers. This was probably 6 months ago. I was looking at them, but if it was like, if it could cut a 1/4 inch of steel, it could cut like a 1/16 inch of aluminum, or might not have been that bad.
Wow.
It might not have been that big of a difference. It might have been like a 2-to-1 difference, but I remember it was a significant difference. I think it has to do with the reflectivity of the aluminum material. You get that puddle of aluminum, it's like a mirror, and then you're using a laser, so it just reflects most of the power off. I think is what the problem is. But you can do it. You just need a powerful enough laser. But it sure comes out nice. I have a friend of mine actually that makes. He's made a few products. He's got a vendor that's a friend of his that does laser cutting and sheet metal, brake bending, and all that. And he's made a few racks for dirt bikes and stuff with his. He's designed them and had them laser cut, and he's always using stainless steel. And I was asking him, like, why use the stainless steel? It's so heavy to put on your dirt bike. Big stainless steel rack. And he never had a good answer for me. But I figured it out. I said, oh, it must be because his vendor must give him all kinds of resistance, because his vendor probably doesn't want to admit how thin he has to go on aluminum.
Yeah.
But anyway, that's another story. But so maybe we, so this is a pretty good, the project that you have here. Well, it's a little simpler than I was originally thinking. It's just a flat piece of metal, so it's not going to have any depth to it to match contours. It's going to be a perimeter cutout and then some shapes cut out, but it'll take a little bit of effort. So you're just going to have a cutout for that peg, and then your foot goes on that same integrated peg? Or did you say that there's... Okay. So, all right, well, I'm thinking I'll start real simple with the SolidWorks, and I'll give you the basic how to use it, and then after a little bit of maybe I don't know, half hour doing that, we can sort of approach your this particular product, this particular challenge, which isn't all that challenging, other than just knowing how to do it. It's pretty simple. You're talking a 2-dimensional geometry, so it's quite easy actually.
Yeah.
So like what I show here on the screen is the 3-dimension. That's 3-dimensional geometry, but still, that only that took me to make that probably took me literally a minute. So it's really just I was just testing out my stream, to be honest with you. But
and if I was held for life or death, I probably at this point couldn't. I'd have to give up, and there's no way I could design that thing right now.
That's right. Well, it's funny too, though. People, I can show people like how quickly I can model things, but what gets lost a lot of times, as far as what design taking time to do, it doesn't take so much time to create the model. What's time consuming is creating the ideal product, and you make it, and you go, it doesn't look quite right, and I got to change it, and how thick does it really need to be, and so you end up.
Man, I'll tell you what blew me away, man, is that damn that glass you had with that sponge cleaner thing in it.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, that was a pretty good. That was a good one. It's fun doing stuff like that. So anyway, right now I'm middle clicking on my mouse, and that's spinning around.
Yeah.
So that's just one that I'm just pushing on the wheel. I'm holding down the wheel and spinning it around. Yeah. So that's as easy it is to orient things. You probably figured that out. And then the wheel zooms in and out. And then I can select faces with the left click. And if I want to select more than one face, I can hold the control key and click. So now see I'm selecting more. Oops, I'm selecting more than faces. So now I'm selecting multiple faces. That's because I'm holding down the control key while I'm clicking. So just FYI, if you ever want to select more than one thing, hold down the control key. Let me go to I made some notes of what to do here. All right, let's see. So
if you were drawing something and you wanted to just see it flat, and then later on you had, let's just say I was drawing something that was flat, and then I extruded it, which made it 3D, just like a plate with 4 holes in it or something.
Okay.
And then I started turning it around with this middle wheel, which I was doing that, and then I could never get it flat again. I could never get back to like a real good view of it again. Like I would guess there's some easy way to do that.
There
like
is.
You just did.
There is. Yeah, like I just did, right? There is. I'm just gonna do something just for the sake of doing something interesting. Mirror that guy. Mirror this guy. So let's see. All right, so then I extrude this guy. So I don't know if you know, you can grab this little arrow and give it a different thickness. Oops.
Oh no, I never saw that. You grab that? Wow, that's pretty cool. So you're extruding it right there just by pulling on the arrow, huh?
Yeah, and see over here. Oh, wait a minute. I forgot I have this little thing. There we go. this will make it easier for you to see my pointer here. Should show up in a second. And I don't know how much of our delay is. It's good 5 seconds at least, but geez, maybe it's more like 10 seconds. Why is that? Well, I don't know why you can't see my pointer, but anyway. Oh, there it is. That's weird. That was a long delay there. That's surprised. But what? I am confused. Well, anyway, forget about that. So I have a little highlight on my pointer, but it's not showing up on your screen. But anyway, it's sort of irrelevant. So all right, so I won't get too far into detail. So I'm going to click the checkbox, and so now I created this plate here that you'll see. And let's see how many seconds that is before you see that. Yeah, it's about 5 seconds. So you get about 5 second delay. All right. So if you want to look straight at it, if the N key, I believe, is the proper hotkey. I shortcut key. I like shortcut keys because they're so quick. So like if I select this face and then I say N, it goes flat. I forgot about the delay. Hold on. All right. So I select that face, then I hit N, and it goes flat to that face. Annoying thing, sometimes it's not, sometimes it's like flipped 90 degrees or it's like flipped 180 degrees, and it's not. And there's ways around that, but don't worry about that. Basically, at least it'll get you in the right ballpark. If you click on the face and then click N, that'll go normal too. If N isn't your shortcut, it's right here. So if you right click, I right click to get this menu that comes up. Any second, menu's gonna come up. Oh, don't tell me it's not showing the menu because the way the display is set up. Oh, that's annoying. Hold on. Give me a second. Let's see if I can figure this out. What happens is a little pop-up window showed up and it's not showing in my stream, so bear with me while I figure out how to make that work. I'm sure there's a way. Solidworks. I didn't expect that. Let's see. I think I can figure out a workaround, but it's going to be helpful if you can see my menu that pops up. Let's see. I just need to disconnect my stream for a minute. Hold on.
Oh, it's okay. Can you